All right, are we in? Are we in? I believe we're in. We are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 1 minute past 8 p.m. on the 2nd of July, 2024 right now. Oof. I got me a little bit of a cold right now. Well, actually, no. I guess I don't really have the cold anymore. Like I'm not sneezing. Don't have the headache so much. It's more just more like the chesty cough I still got, and a little bit of a sore throat. Not as sore as it was before. So I feel like I'm on the better side of the cold. And hopefully, God willing, I'll continue to move more into the better side of the cold. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I think about a week ago. Um, well, maybe a little more than a week ago, actually, while I was in Saudi Arabia. I actually got sick while I was in Saudi Arabia. Um, and yeah, just kind of been dealing with that since. But I'm mostly okay, methinks. Mostly okay. Um, definitely feeling better than I was. So that's a good thing. But yeah, we back live, man. We back live. Um, and I want to talk to y'all about some things. I want to talk to y'all about some things. Um, so just checking some stuff out here. But yeah, so I've been thinking, what is the future of my creativity? I've been thinking about that quite a bit lately. And it kind of came about mainly because I was away for so long. I was away for 3 weeks in Saudi and I wasn't doing as much of the creative stuff as I would normally be doing because of that. Well, not only because of that, but mostly because of that. And I guess anytime you take a break, it's forced or deliberate, um, it happens. Like you start to think, is this something that I want to keep doing, or do I want to do something else? And I feel like for the first time, maybe not ever, I don't know if it's the first time in my life ever, but certainly the first time in a long time, I'm not sure what I want to do next in terms of creativity. Like I know there's things I want to do. There's lots of things I want to do. I want to travel more. I want to, explore the world more and, things like that and have more cool experiences if I can. But in terms of like putting art out into the world, I'm like, I'm not sure what I want to do because I guess it's down to like a lot of it comes down to the fact that the things that I want to do or the things that I enjoy doing creatively tend to take a lot of time. Like for example, I do the movie channel where I talk about a movie and I'll make jokes about it, why it's trash, and I'll nitpick and have fun with it. And I enjoy doing that. It's a cool thing to do. I've been doing it for I think about 3 years, maybe a little bit more. It's a cool thing to do. But those videos take a long time to make. And I never want to be one of those guys who's like, all about the money because I'm not. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't say I don't care about. We all care a little bit about money, and then we all got to pay our bills, right? So I do care a little bit about money, but I never want to be one of those guys who like, oh, if it doesn't make money, then I won't do it. I don't want to be that guy. If I enjoy doing something, if I see value in it, regardless of how much money it makes, I want to keep doing it. But then there's always that question of how much time and energy and efforts can you put into something that doesn't bring any money back, or you know what I mean? And how long can you keep doing that for? It's always that question of like, when is it time to say, you know what, I need to slow down on this, or maybe I need to stop it. And I'm not sure where I am with that. Like, I don't feel like I'm done with it. Right now I feel like there's still films I want to take the piss out of. There's still things I want to do with that channel. But also it's like the more time I devote to that, the less time I can devote to other things I want to do. And on top of that, I still got bills to pay, So it all comes down to that. So yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm at with that. I don't know. And even with like the gaming channel that I started in January, where I was like, you know what, this because when I started that, I was like, my mindset was like, okay, I'm gonna try and do this as a way of like, this was me like doing YouTube for money. That was literally my attempts at being like, okay, I'm gonna try and make money with this. I'm gonna try and do something that makes money. And I still feel like it can do that, but also it's like you have to keep doing it, you know. And as much as I like playing games, I still enjoy playing games. You know, the idea of playing a game and recording yourself and talking about it and all that kind of stuff. It's like it's not a lot, but it feels like a lot. So it's even that I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that either. Like, so it's like, yeah, for the first time in a long while, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do next creatively, and I do consider myself to be a creative person. Like from many many moons ago, like going way back to like nursery school even. Like I can remember coming up with stuff like songs and well a song actually I think I wrote at the time. Well, not even think, I know I wrote a song at the time, like but it's always been like things that I've done. Like I've written a play in school when I was in school. It didn't get made, by the way. They rejected that. I know why they rejected it, but hey. But you know and I learned to play guitar when I was in school, learned to play piano a bit later on. I wrote and performed poetry for a long time. Um, Before that, I'd written a film script. I wrote a full like a full length film script that never got made. I wrote a short film that I did manage to make, which was really cool. Um, and I've written a few short films actually, which I managed to make. So that's really cool. I wrote a book which I self-published. There's things I've done. I've got an album out, like a spoken word album out. And then in recent times, it's been, well, I guess YouTube has kind of existed alongside that, but in more recent times, it's been a bit more focused on YouTube with the movie channel and and doing that. And that's been my creative outlet for a while now. My main creative outlet for a while. Um, well, maybe not. Yeah. Like that's my main creative outlet. I think that's fair to say. It's been my main creative outlet because other things I do on, I guess they're not. I mean, they are creative, but they're not. They're more expressive than creative. Whereas that is me being in my creative space. And yeah, I'm just at this point now where I'm like, you know what? Do I want to keep doing that? Um, And if I keep doing it, how do I keep doing it? Because it does take a long time to make those videos. Like each one of those videos takes like at least 3 weeks. At least like some of them have taken like 6 weeks to make for one video, and it's a long time to spend on a video. To spend doing that, and it's cool to do it because I enjoy doing it. But again, it's like how much time can you devote to something that's not bringing much back in terms of those finances, where it's like I don't do it for the money, but at the same time it's like if I was making money from it, that means I could free up my time in other places. So because it's like this other things that I want to do with life, like other experiences I want to have in life, it's like how much time can I keep doing this when it takes up time out other things I want to do. So yeah, that's just where I'm at mentally right now, and just trying to figure that out. Yo, what up, Islen Waj Uvatne? I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but appreciate you coming through. Hello from Norway. Thank you for coming through. Hello back to Norway, brother. I know what you're saying. Your time you spend and what it and what matters to you. Indeed, Joe. What up, Mr. Man? Man like Mr. Man. How you doing, sir? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. But yeah, man, that's just kind of where I'm at, where it's like, how do you keep doing stuff? Because I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, if it doesn't make money, then I won't do it. Because I've that's not me. You know what I mean? That's just not me. I've never been that guy. Well, maybe not never. Maybe not never. Let me not tell too many lies. Maybe not never. But for the most part, it's like I don't want to be that guy. But reality is reality. Like, we all got to pay bills. We all got to do stuff. So it's like, okay, well, if I've got to work and do this, then cool, I can work and I can do this, and that's fine. But when it's like, okay, I got to work, I want to do this, but then I also want to do these other things as well, but I still got to work. So how much there's only so much time you have in a day. Yeah, it's trying to do that, you know. It's trying to just juggle everything, and something's got to give, you know. And that's the thing when it comes down to something's got to give, and it's like, what gives? Do I decide to not have these other experiences, or at least not have them as much, and concentrate on the movie channel, and do that, or do I decide to have these other experiences and maybe not concentrate so much on the movie channel and just take even longer with those videos? I don't know, man. Like I don't know, but yeah, it could be a minute before I figure it out. That's so understandable. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. How you guys doing? Those are a little bit of my woes. Yo, what up, Pinkston family? Big up all the way to Jamaica. Wagwan, wagwan. But yeah, man. And you know, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Like I've actually been on YouTube, maybe not right from the beginning, but certainly near the beginning. Like YouTube started in 2006. And I think I joined YouTube maybe later on in that same year, or possibly the following year. But I know it was not. I believe it was not long after YouTube. Now, the original channel that I had on YouTube, that's gone. Like that, and I ended up losing a password at one time, and I ended up locking myself out of my old account, and then I set up a new account. And by the time I had access, got re-access to the old account, I just thought, you know, I had to delete it, let it go, because I'd already done a bunch of stuff with the new account anyway. So that old account that I had, that original account I had, that's long gone. But yeah, like I started on YouTube probably around about 2006, if not maybe 2007. You know, so I've been on YouTube for a long time now. I haven't always been consistent on YouTube, especially back in the early days. Like YouTube was a much different space back then. So I was pretty much, I think my first videos on YouTube back then were kind of similar to what I do now, actually, where they're just a bit more random. You know, they were just kind of like whatever I felt at the time, which is mostly at the time was poetry stuff. But it's just whatever I felt at the time. And I just put some video up. There was a lot of like, you did that reply videos back in the day. Somebody would make a video and you'll make a video replying to it. I mean, you can still do that now, but back then it was different. You could actually post it as a reply to that video. So when people looked at that video, they'll see your video underneath it as a reply post to that video. And it was a cool way of like having a conversation through video, but also, you know, getting views for your video, because if you reply to a popular video, they have to accept it, by the way. You can't just reply to somebody's video and if they don't accept it, they don't accept it. But if they accept it, then it appears under their video. And then yeah, if there's a popular video, then you might get some few extra views on that. So that was a really cool thing. But they stopped doing that years ago now. Now you just have to, if you reply, now when you do video replies, you have to put something like, this is a reply to such and such, and just hope that it shows up next to in the suggestion box. But yeah, YouTube was just a different space back then. But yeah, back then it was just kind of random. Nobody was making any money on it. Well, if anybody was making money, it was very few people, but it wasn't a thing because you didn't have like ad revenue back then. So people just be posting whatever. And there were some popular YouTubers at the time, but nowhere near as popular as the YouTubers are today. The difference in popularity is crazy. Like back then, the popular YouTubers were like Renato and Lonely Girl 15, and you know, that kind of, was it Lonely Girl 15 or 4? I can't remember, but Lonely Girl something. But yeah, they were the popular ones at the time. But yeah, compared to today's YouTube's, like, nah, they're yeah. But yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. Doing great. How are you? I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you asking. You did poetry. Want to see. You know, I think I still got some poetry on this channel, because I know I've reposted a lot of stuff. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a cough. But I've reposted a lot of my stuff on this channel. So they are there buried somewhere. There's a lot of random stuff on this channel, by the way. Eastland, appreciate you coming through. if you're new to this, which I think you are, because I don't believe I've seen your name before. But yeah, if you're new to this particular corner of the YouTube internet, then yeah, I post a lot of random videos on this channel. It's literally whatever is going on in my head at the time. So if you're looking for like consistent content, that's not me. I'm sorry, it's not me. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think I do have some poetry. I'll try and find some, and then I'll see if I can post a link or something. Um, you put in the work, no doubt. I appreciate that, Mr. Man. Appreciate that. But yeah, I've been doing this a long time, man. Just check it out after this, indeed. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, so I mean, I think it was about 2012 or so is when I was like, okay, I want to do this a bit more consistently. That's kind of when I said in my mind, I want to be on YouTube and I want to do it consistently. And granted, I haven't been super consistent since then. Like, I know, I know. But that was kind of the time where I thought, like, yeah, I know. That was the kind of time where I made up in my mind that I want to do YouTube and I want to be on YouTube and I want to post consistently. And um, I've posted all kinds of different content over the years, you know, like from movie reviews, movie analysis videos, comedy, stand up, sketches, like comedy sketches, yeah, poetry. Man, I've done all kinds of different stuff that's come to me over the years, and to varying degrees of success. Reaction videos. You know, my most popular video on this channel is, by the way, in fact, my most popular video probably ever. It's kind of fun to me, and it's, but at the same time, it's to be expected, I think, um, because it's kind of like how these things go. Um, my most popular video by far is a video I did of, it was a reaction video that I did to the video called Black People Not Knowing That the BGs are Whites, and I did a reaction video to that. And yeah, it's been a couple of years on the channel. I think since I did like it's been, I think about 2 years. It's been on the about 2 years ago. I think I did that 2 3 years ago. It was a little while ago. And yeah, that is like by far till this day my most popular video by a long shot. And it's kind of crazy that out of everything that I've done, that's the one that people seem to love. And I can't be mad at that. It just is what it is, right? But it's also like, you know, from stuff that I've made that I literally spent weeks on, weeks, you know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7 weeks, weeks, right? And okay, I think I found a playlist. And like some of my videos that I spent some time I've done pretty okay. So I'm not saying, I ain't saying that, but it's kind of funny that you could spend literally weeks on something, put it out there, and you know maybe a few people like it and it does okay, which is cool. But then you make a video just off the like off the riff, just like watching somebody else's video, and it just blows up, and I'm like, all right, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's the thing though, the smart person, yeah. The smart person would say something like, you know what, people like this video, it's popular, so let me do more videos like this, reacting to more stuff in a similar way. That's what a smart person would do. I'm clearly not that smart. Um, so I didn't do that. I I didn't do that. I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I'm trying to find the link to this playlist. Like, that's not it. Here we go, here we go. All right, so I've got the link. So I'm going to post the link, Islen. Or of course, Mr. Man, if you want to watch it too, that'd be cool. But it's a link to the playlist of my poetry videos on this channel. So yeah, you could have a look through that and decide if you want to watch any of them. But yeah, there's a bunch. There's 24 videos in there actually. So yeah, you could check that out if you want to. Um, not being consistent is my favorite. It will be a surprise each every time you pop up. Indeed, that's how I see it. It's a nice surprise, right? You never know what I'm going to do next, or even when. No consistent schedule, no consistent content. That's me. That's me. I think every creator has that something I threw together in 2 minutes that gets 10,000. Right, and the one up on my solid two gets 5 views. Right, it's like that. It's like that. So it's kind of like I can't be mad at it. It just is what it is. And I guess the takeaway is it's cool that it's something on the channel that that people are watching. It's something on the channel that people are watching. That video though, I wonder how much money that's made me actually, because like that's my highest paying video. I'm gonna see how much money that's made me. Like I don't make a lot of money from YouTube. Like I ain't living off this, but I do make a little bit, like literally a little bit of money from this. I've been fortunate to make a little bit of coin from this. So I'm gonna see if I could find out how much that video has made me since I posted it, because it's by far my most popular video. Um Let me see. What's it called again? Yeah. Uh, all right, here we go. All right. So I posted it on the 11th of January 2021. So 4 years ago. It's more about 4 years ago. More than 4 years ago now. 4.5 years ago. And since then, it's had 391,716 views. And of that, 8,731 people liked it. So it's got a pretty high a like ratio. That's really cool. Um, but let's see. Let's get the important question out of the way. How much has this video made me? It's well. Oh, wait a minute. This video was uploaded with legacy monetization settings. Any edits will only offer the option to have pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, and non-skippable, and fully on or off. Okay. Um, okay, well, I mean, I think it's how it was before anyway, so yeah, that's fine. It's not changing. I never do the mid roll ads actually. I feel like honestly, I feel like the mid roll ads are kind of egregious. I never do them. They annoy me. Like when I'm watching a video and there's like multiple mid roll ads while you watch it annoys me. Like it really does. Especially because I don't have YouTube Premium no more, so I see all that ads popping up. Like bloody hell, man! Why do so many ads in their videos? Like the video's like 10 minutes long and there's like 5 sets of ads in there. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you don't need to put that many ads in your videos. Like, have one at the beginning, have one at the end, and keep it simple. Like, so but people just mad with this. They put like 3, 4, 5 sets of ads in like a 10-minute video. It's like crazy. You don't need that many ads in such a short video. But man, I find that annoying, so I don't do it. I just have one at the beginning, one at the end. And they're all skippable. So whatever money I've made from my videos, it's like people want me to. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But so yeah, they yeah. Okay, it's not telling me how much I've made from. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. I'm in the wrong section. No wonder I need to be to analytics. Not okay. Here we go. I'm in the wrong section. All right. So since posting this video in January 11th, 2021, it has made me a total of 500, or an estimated total, I should say, because it's YouTube. Estimated total of £570 and 88 pence. That's not too bad. Not too bad for a for what for a less than 5 minute throwaway video that I made in probably less than about 5 minutes. Probably made that in less than about 5 minutes and just like, yeah, here you go. And I've made 570 quid from it in 4 years. Well, 4.5 years. So yeah, I've done all right. I've done all right. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. Um, do what makes you happy. That's what's the most important. No, indeed, indeed. Yo, what up, Dan? Thank you. Yeah, super annoying. Yeah, we're just talking about the future of my creativity, Dan. Just how I'm feeling a little bit at the moment about what to do next, or what I want to do next, or what I should do next, and that kind of thing. And just talking a little bit about ads as well. Like like here's the thing: I used to have YouTube Premium, right? And YouTube Premium means that they don't show you the ads. So I got used to watching YouTube and not seeing ads at all. And I thought, and the reason why I did it because I'm on YouTube a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So for me, it was like getting YouTube Premium meant that okay, I could skip the ads, and I could still support creators, and they could still get something from my views and stuff like that. And I still believe that. I still believe it's a good way to support creators. I cancelled it recently because actually, some of you might not know this. I'm not sure you might know this, Mr. Man, but yeah, I went to Saudi Arabia recently. I was actually just got back a week ago, or a little over a week ago, um, and I was there for 3 weeks. So I cancelled YouTube Premium while I was away because I thought I don't want to pay for something while I'm not there. But yeah, I haven't restarted it yet. I think I probably will, maybe in the next month or two. I probably will, just because the ads are pissing me off so much. But yeah, I forgot how egregious the ads can be on YouTube. And some creators. And by the way, here's the thing, real quick, because I've seen some creators lie through their teeth about this. If you have a video that is 8 minutes or longer, YouTube give you the option to have an advert at the in the during the video. So, for example, you can have an advert at the beginning and you can have an advert at the end, right? And if that's normal, that's just whatever length your video is, you get ads at the beginning, at the end, and they're skippable and whatever, blah blah blah, after like 5 seconds or something like that. But if your video is 8 minutes or longer, YouTube give you the option to have mid-roll adverts. But I've heard some YouTubers try and say like, "Oh no, YouTube does it themselves. Oh, I can't control that." No, if you have videos, but they're lying. I'll tell you right now, they are lying through it. If you ever hear a YouTuber say that they don't control their mid-roll adverts, no, they are lying. They absolutely, not only can you control how many mid-roll adverts you have, you could control exactly where they get placed during your video as well. So you could have to strategically place that if you wanted to. So yeah, anybody tells you that they don't control their mid-roll ads, no, they're lying. Listen, I've got videos that are like 2 hours long or something like that. Something like hour long, 2 hour long. Advert at the beginning, advert at the end. And I'm pretty sure nobody watches the adverts at the end. Nobody watches that. But barely people watch the adverts at the beginning, I'm sure. But the point I'm making is that anybody who tells you that it's YouTube control, no, they're lying. And I've heard some people say that. It's like, no, you are lying through your teeth. So yeah. Anyway, mini rant over. Premium was forced onto me, or forced onto you. Okay, that could be an interesting story. What happened there? In this economy, I'm too broke for premium. No, I hear that. I hear that. YouTube Premium is $11.99 a month, and it does include YouTube Music, so you get the music, section bill as well, which is so it's a pretty cool deal. It's a pretty good deal, to be fair. But yeah, no, I get it, man. Like everything's costing money. And sometimes you just gotta cut it where you can, man. And we don't always get the luxuries we want to get. So nah, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, right now, I feel like I do want to get it again, just because, like, yeah, but that's added to piss me off. But I don't think I'll do it for a while though. I think I'll leave it for at least 2 or 3 months, and then see how I'm feeling then. But yeah, but people pissed me off with their adverts. Can't control the ads that YouTube puts there. You put it in for real, man. People be lying. In fact, I can show you right now. Actually, I can show you right now. But let me make sure I'm not, before I show anything. Let me make sure I'm not. I'm not. What's the word? Exposing myself. If I go here. All right, here we go. Here we go. So yeah, let me show you guys real quick, because YouTubers be lying through their teeth. I swear, YouTubers be lying through their teeth. Yeah, it's this one. So this is a video I posted a little while ago. You can see it's 13 minutes and 50 seconds. If you see here, got monetization on, right? But then if you see here, place ads during video mid-roll in brackets, and it says in videos longer than 8 minutes, mid-rolls will be placed at natural breakpoints. You can review and adjust placement after the video has finished processing. So yeah, YouTube, if I take that, it means I could go to like review placements, and literally I can place an ad break where I want to. So yeah, anybody tells you YouTube doesn't control the mid rolls, YouTube controls the mid rolls and they have no control over where they are or how many they are, lying. They absolutely do have control. Let me cancel this though, because I actually don't. Yeah, discard changes. I don't want to do it anyway. Mid rolls piss me off, so I don't do them. But yeah, people be lying. People be lying. Yeah, I don't earn money through ads. All need ad blockers stopped, so I had to off like to shower with my music ad free. Thank you. I don't have that option. That's crazy. Don't have the option. Interesting. But yeah, you know, I'm not even mad at people using ad blockers. I mean, I don't use them myself. But I can't be mad at it, in honesty. Like, it's I don't am I oh right, okay, no, that's probably, yeah, it could be why. That could be why. Fair enough. Yeah, I earn very little money for YouTube. In fact, this month I've made so far. Here we go, a whopping £3.37. That's what I've earned so far this month. Oh, sorry, that's what I've earned so far in the last 28 days, not this month. No, sorry, I read that wrong. That's what I've earned in the last 28 days, £3.37. So this past 28 days, I made a massive £3.37. I could just quit my job. I can quit my job and live off the YouTube. I'm there. I've made it. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's like whatever money I make, I'm good with. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's not about the money. It's just I put the monetization on just because. I mean, if you can make a little coin, then why not, right? But whatever I make is what I make, and every now and then I get a check from YouTube, a little payment from YouTube. Once it all adds up to enough money to warrant a payout, I'm like, nice. It'll start to earn you more money. Well, that'd be nice, but you don't got to do that. Anyone that enables the option has the option of not doing mid-roll ads, but those that don't have the option. Okay, maybe it's something that I see. Interesting. So it might be something I did that gave me the option, and I don't use it anyway. So okay, that could be it. Oh, you mean the option of? Oh, I see what you mean in terms of the monetization option. Right. I think I know what you mean. Yeah. If you enable, because yeah, you have to. enable. I mean, it's different. I mean, YouTube is so different now. By the way, that's another thing. Back in the day, yeah, if you wanted to make a living on YouTube, like, you can literally just start a YouTube channel and pretty much right away you can start earning money potentially. Like, you don't have to go through no kind of nothing. You just open up a channel, register with was it AdSense or whatever, and you know you can pretty much right away potentially just start making money. And people did that. People and well, people was doing all kinds of madness. That's why it changed. People doing the maddest things to get popular enough to make money, and that's why they had to change it. So now, I think for the last few years, I want to say about 5 years or so, it's been a while now anyway, where before you could make money on YouTube, you first have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and on top of that, you need to have had at least 4,000 watch hours in the last 1 year. A total of 4,000 watched hours in the last 1 year, on top of your 1,000 subscribers. So they've added some criteria, and even then, once you qualify, they don't automatically put you onto the money making thing. You have to manually be like, yeah, I want to be registered for that. So yeah, they changed the rules. They changed the rules some years back, and then honest, I thought that it's probably for the better. I mean, it makes it harder, I guess, to make a living on YouTube for people who are doing it, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, the way it was before, that was not sustainable. Because yeah, if you saw the madness people were doing back in the day, like the prank videos just got out of hand. The people just like skirting the terms and conditions to the wildest levels. What else was there? There was like I can't even remember some of the stuff, but it was the maddest. This is going back to like, I want to say around about 2008, like 2008 to 2010, maybe. Actually, no, maybe a bit late, maybe a bit later than that, maybe up till about 2015, because I think this particular channel started 2012. And I'm sure some of the mad stuff was happening after that. So yeah, maybe going back to about 2015, 16-ish. Yeah, it was mad. YouTube was a mad place. Like the drama channels were king. Like if you had a channel that just like talked about all the gossip going on and things like that, you were most likely raking it in. Like, and a lot of those channels, I think some of them are still around, to be fair. Actually, like Drama Alert, I think is actually still around. But to my knowledge, they're not as popular as they used to be, but I assume they do well enough. I don't pay attention. I don't pay enough attention to know, but I assume they do well enough to keep going, because I believe they'll stay around. But yeah, like a lot of that stuff, like people create drama, people be starting drama, the fake stuff that was going on, people were doing just to kind of get views, people be starting stuff just to get views. Mad. It was mad. So yeah, they had to change it. And then there was the adpocalypse. Remember the adpocalypse? Jerry, you know what I mean? It was like real life Jerry Springer back in the day, man. But yeah, when the apocalypse happened, when a bunch of advertisers were like, you know what, we can't be a part of this. Like a bunch of big advertisers were like, nah, YouTube is crazy. We can't be a part of this. And they just started pulling their ads from YouTube. And YouTube were like, well, we got to do something. We got to do something. So that's why it changed, so they could monitor more closely what type of content people are making before they let you put ads on it, and make money off it. Because, bruh, yeah. It was a wild time, but I ain't gonna lie, man. It's kind of fun still. It's kind of fun time being a part of that in my own small way. Well, I wasn't really a part of it. Like I was watching it. I was an onlooker. I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't like the drama stuff, but I can't lie, man. I was watching some of those channels still. Those channels when the latest drama popped up and it will come on your feed, I was like, let me click on that, see what's going on. Let me click on that, see what's going on. But bro, it was a lot of gossip, a lot of nonsense, a lot of like somebody doing doing this. What was it? Jake Paul? Was it Logan Paul? One of them, I think it was Logan Paul, filmed a dead body in a in a forest, like somebody who committed suicide, and he filmed their dead body and put it on his video. Bruh. Whoever told you that was a good idea? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yeah, a lot of these like popular YouTubers now, like especially the ones that have been around a while, a lot of them have calmed down since. Like a lot of them, like they're a bit tame now, they're a bit calm now. They're not as wild as they used to be. So if you've only known about them in the last maybe couple of years or so, you might be thinking, "Oh, these are just wholesome YouTubers." But bro, they had their wild streak. Trust. That's why they're popular now. They had their wild streak, and they just managed to maintain a little bit of a fan base from what they picked up back in all the drama days. Trust, if they were starting their YouTube stuff now on their tame business, I'm guessing it won't be as much. But hey, switch from reply ownage videos to gaming content. Yeah, you remember you were saying you used to do like I don't think I. Cause I think, but when I started watching your content, when you was posting content, I know you did like some music stuff and some gaming stuff. But yeah, I remember you saying you used to reply to people, and but was it on YouTube though? 'Cause I think you said you posted on another website. I can't remember, but what it's called. But I think there was another website you said you used to post on. Is that right? Am I making something, or did I just make that up in my head? I know it's a long shot, but what about IRL streaming and acting like a madman? I hear it pays. Well, I kick. I might have to look into that. I think I've done some IRL streaming, but I don't think I'd want to do that consistently myself personally. Like, I mean, I think it could be fun to do once in a while, and it's depending on where exactly you are. But the thing that kind of really would put me off doing IRL streaming on a consistent basis is the fact that you have no idea what other people are going to be doing, and you might end up filming something that does not need to be filmed. You know what I mean? You might end up broadcasting somebody who is doing something that does not need to be broadcasted. And best believe you are responsible for anything that gets shown on your channels. So even if it's somebody in the background doing some wildness and you didn't even realize what was going on and you just happened to have the camera pointing in that direction while you were doing something else, it's on you. It's on you. So yeah, I feel like IRL streamers could be fun to do once in a while. I don't think I'd want to do it. Like some people do it like all the time, like some of these NPC streamers I hear about. Yo, what up, Sam? But yeah, no, I don't think that's me. Once in a while, maybe, but bruh. And Kick, by the way, they seem to have an interesting, kind of weird, controversial reputation. They've only been around a short while, but I don't think I've heard anything good about them since they've started. So I don't know about joining Kick. I don't know, maybe. Never say never, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I saw that video before it got taken out. Oof, yeah. It's awful. I'm surprised he's not cancelled today. And we did that whole apology. Oh, the apology videos. Remember those things where apology videos seems to be like the norm. Like YouTuber screws up, YouTuber makes apology video. That was the norm back in the day. And who was that guy? James something. You know, the dude that dresses like a girl. But yeah, like he was like every week. Like you don't, I never watched his videos, but you just hear about this dude like every week. Something happens, he's done something. There's some backlash, and he's making apology videos. Like, bro, I don't follow you. Why am I seeing? Why am I seeing so much about you? I don't follow this crap. Like, this is not. But it's just like every week or every other week, the dude's got an apology video coming out, and I'm just like, why does anybody even watch? He clearly has issues, like, bruh. But I don't know. I guess he did something right. Yeah, what up, Brax? Brax Spiv in a place to bivy. Yeah, it was mighty. I used to stream Blog TV. That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Blog TV. Sam B in a place to be. Become an auditor. Ooh. An auditor. That means what's an auditor do? I actually don't know what auditor does, but it sounds really cool. Maybe I can do that. I need to know what an auditor actually does, though. What does an auditor do? Auditors examine, analyze, and interpret accounting records to prepare financial statements, give advice or audit, and evaluate statements prepared by others. Oh, I could do that. I mean, I don't know about the financial stuff, but I can give advice. I can give advice. James Charles, that's the dude, yeah. I mean, it won't be good advice, but I can give advice. So yeah, I might be an auditor. That's good. I don't want to become an auditor. Let me know something that you want me to give advice on. I can't promise it's going to be good advice, so I'll say that now. That's my disclaimer. It most likely will not be good advice, but if you want some advice, I'll give you some advice. Air streams come with a lot of challenges. I like this guy actually on TikTok who does these IRL streams where, what's his name, like NPC Miles Morales, where he dresses up as Miles Morales from Spider-Man. And you know the whole NPC thing where people only interact when you send them money or something, and then they'll act like a video game character. You know, he would do that, but he would do it like out in the street of, I think in New York as well. And apparently, well, not even apparently, but he actually got robbed while doing it. It's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry, my bad. It's not funny. It's not funny. But he actually got robbed while doing that. Where somebody, I guess one of his fans saw him and they were like, "Oh wow, NPC my fans." And while he was attending to the fan, somebody just saw his camera unattended and just like made off of it. So yeah, he got robbed. It's just crazy. So people do that, man. People do that. You know, people see an opportunity and just like, that's your whole thing gone. And you get, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Nice. Would be an interesting weekly show next week, and apologize for not eating enough peaches, right? You know what I mean? Everything offends somebody, so it's like, bro, you're just gonna be apologizing for everything. So, you should do that. Just don't get robbed. Well, yeah, just don't get robbed. Yeah, just don't get. What's legal? Just don't get robbed. YouTube auditor goes around in public spaces and cause trouble by filming normal people doing their jobs. Migrant hotels are one of the best spots, followed by anything that the council owns. Oh, really? Okay, that's a real thing. People do that. Man, some people are assholes. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some people are just assholes. Some people are just not right in their head. Eesh, man got robbed. I guess his spice. That's a good point, actually. You probably should have spotted that. Probably should have spotted that. It was like, hey, something's not right. But yeah, man. Ugh. Got me a little bit of a cough, but hopefully getting better. Glad you guys are doing okay. Hopefully none of you guys are ill. And if you are, hopefully you'll be getting better soon. But yeah. Oh. I don't know. I don't want to travel more. Appreciate that, Islin. I want to travel more. Actually got a trip booked for August to go to Amsterdam in August for 3 days. So I'm really looking forward to that, especially because like the last two places I went to were really conservative countries. So I went to Pakistan a couple of years back, well, about a year ago, and then more recently was in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, two very conservative countries, like very, very conservative countries. So it'd be good to go to a place that's a bit more liberal. Yeah, just a little bit more. That's a little bit more liberal. And see the differences. Been going through with my mom, but finally had some positive news. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Positive vibes to Mama Barbie. I think that will be super nice. Nice. What are you going to do in Amsterdam? I haven't fully decided yet. I mean, there's a few things. I actually have a day that I put in my calendar to decide what exactly I want to do. But I've kind of felt like I do want to visit the Van Gogh Museum. I do want to do that. I want to visit the Anne Frank Museum as well. So there's a couple of museums I want to visit. Outside of that, I haven't fully decided. So what side I want to do, but because I do want to also leave a little bit up to surprise. I don't want to plan out every single thing that I do there, but yeah, I do want to leave a little bit up to surprise and kind of see how it goes. But yeah, I'm traveling alone, which you know what, like between traveling with people and traveling with friends, like, or traveling on your own or traveling with people, right? I mean, there's pros and cons to both of them, right? Like, when you travel with people, that means you could create memories with other people that you can share forever, and that's a really cool thing, right? But when you travel alone, you can just do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to worry about what anybody else likes, or you just like, you would feel like go somewhere, go there. Don't feel like going out, don't go there. Just do whatever you want to do. So between traveling alone and traveling with people, I don't know which I prefer that, but I've definitely traveled alone more than I've traveled with people. But a lot of that is mainly down to, I think especially as you get a bit older, like a lot of times your friends are like busy doing other things. You know what I mean? Like you want to rent like a bit, back in the day when you were kids, you could just like turn up to your friend's house uninvited, unannounced, unprepared. You know what I mean? And it's not a problem. You just like, all right, cool. We're just hanging out. But you get older and you can't really do that no more. So it's like you got to plan things, and then you might want to do something, but maybe they want to do something else, and maybe your plans will align, or you try, like, for example, I want to try and book a trip to Paris with a couple of friends, which hopefully still happens because they're talking like they want to, but then it's kind of like, are we going to actually pick a date? you Are we actually going to pick a date? Because like we're saying we want to go. I want to go. I want to go. You're saying you want to go. So can we get a date? Can we? It's kind of like there right now. So hopefully that happens, because I think it'd be a cool thing to do to just go Paris for the day, and just kind of walk around and come back. Because Paris, you can get there on the Euro from London. You can get there on the Eurostar. It's like 2-3 hours on the Eurostar, and I've never been on the Eurostar, so that'd be a cool experience as well. But yeah, so it's like that's one of the reasons why I end up traveling alone most of the time, just because like it's so difficult to try and arrange things with people because everybody's kind of moving in different directions. So I'm just like, screw it, I just go alone. So yeah, pros and cons to traveling with people and traveling with friends. Traveling with people, traveling on your own. I think sometimes it could be really cool to travel with people, depending on where you're going and who you're going with, of course, and that could be an amazing experience that you have. But yeah, other times, like, what, just, and I think especially with Europe, because you only go for a few days. It's like, just go. It's fine, just go, just go. You don't need nobody with you. Just go. It's Europe. Just go. And Europe, you can do, if you live in Europe anyway, you can do European countries relatively cheap. Not, I don't want to say cheap because it's not cheap. I mean, none of these things are cheap. Right? But in terms of like what it might cost to, for example, like my whole trip to Amsterdam for 3 days was flights and hotel. I want to say about 300 and something pounds. I actually don't remember right now, but it was about 300 and something pounds, like 350-ish pounds, or for the flight and hotel. Actually, it was probably about 400 pounds when you include everything. But yeah, for like 3 days, 400 pounds. That's your hotel, that's your flight, return. It's not cheap, but it's doable. You know what I mean. So yeah, maybe not every week kind of doable, but And yeah, Paris, where it's like you just go, you don't even need to book a hotel, just go there, turn up in the morning, hang out for the day, come back. That's like £80 return on the Eurostar. And I'm like, yeah, it's not cheap, but it's doable. Relatable indeed. Traveling alone, 100%. Nobody wants to go museums with me. Oh, I'm sure somebody does. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. I guess I don't know really. Amsterdam is such a long time, but I still remember having a lot of fun there. There's a few things I'm curious about with Amsterdam actually, but I don't know if I want to actually do it. You know, like because everybody talks about, of course, like yo, Sebastian. Wagwan, now that's a name I've seen yonks. Right, listen, some of you guys might not even know this name, but damn, Sebastian, how you been? It's been a minute and a half. My mum's last bit scan, they found a tumor on her bowel. She had last week on Monday. The tumors were removed. So it's just along now. So finally something positive. Oh, so they managed to remove it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Big up Mama Barbie. Put some hearts in the chat for Mama Barbie. That's not even a heart. Where's the hearts gone? That's like a crappy heart. Oh, what's going on? Where my hearts gone? Can't find my hearts. Oh wait, I'm searching the wrong thing. Oh wait, there's a button here for it. There you go. There you go. Finally got it. Finally got it. Okay. We finally got it. Been a minute now. They're doing good. Just finished uni. You know. Man's just finished uni. That's how long it's been. Bro, I think the last time I spoke to you was in like school or something. Now man's talking about finishing. You're not even starting, but finishing uni. Raw. Yo, man, like Sebastian. Yo, big up for finishing uni. That's a big thing still. That's a big thing still, man. So yeah, big up for that. Do you have your grades yet? Your results yet, or is that still to come? So I've decided to pop by. I appreciate that, man. Had to hear you got rid of the tumor, indeed. So last time I was finishing college was longer than that. Yeah, man. Damn. What did you study in uni? What did you go to study? Got 2-1. Oh, nice. And was that computer science? And oh, okay, yeah, man's official now. Yeah, yo, man, like Sebastian's official now. Official. Yo, big up Sebastian for real, man. That's cool, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yo, time flies indeed. Thank you. It feels like we can breathe again. But yeah, it's tough to go through that kind of stuff, man. Like with family and things, and you know, especially when it's like you don't always know what's going on, or you've been told this, you've been told that. So yeah, definitely when we get those good news, you like, oof, gotta hold on to that. So yeah, big up, Mama Barbie. I grew up watching this, man. I can't even lie. Oh man, yeah. You know what I was saying a little while ago? How I've been on YouTube for a long time. Yeah. I was just saying that a little while ago today. I was just, man, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Yeah, man, like Seb knows them ones, yeah. Oof. Let's see, my entire education. Oh, wow, it's been that long, you know. But yeah, actually, I remember. Actually, I think I remember now. So yeah, because there was a time where you was in the streams and in the chats, pretty regularly, and I think you was at school then. And yeah, and I think 'cause you went up to college. I think I remember now. You did come back for a little bit while you're in college, and then of course, while you're in uni now, so you concentrate on that, and then it's come back. So yeah, and I appreciate that, man. But yeah, bro, man. Man's been like high school to college to uni, and now talking about 2-1 computer science. I hear that. Big man thing still, man. Big man thing. MGS streams were fun. Oh yeah. I was at Metal Gear Solid 5. I think I was playing at the time. I think it was Metal Gear Solid 5. He's finishing uni, indeed, man. Secondary school, yeah. Started in secondary, then went to college, then uni. Or making moves out here for real, for real. For real. So what's next for Seb? What's next for Seb? I guess it's work life now. Now you have to go get a job, man. That sucks. You have to go get a job now and do all that adult stuff now. And man, I guess playtime's over, isn't it? Playtime's over. It's real world now. Now you got to do all the getting a job and start paying taxes and oh man. Say from masters. Oh, you go to masters. Okay, nice. Sam, yeah. Seb and Sam. Sam, this is Seb. Seb, this is Sam. So while you was in uni, Seb, what's been happening with me is that Sam and I got married, had a kid, and then I decided to go out to get some milk and pretty much never return. So like that was 12 years ago. How old is Monkey? He's like 12. No, he's older than that now. I don't even know. I actually don't know how old he is. I think he's older than 12 though. But yeah, I went out to get milk and I never came back. And then Sam decided to, shack up with some other dude and have a bunch of kids by him. It's like just because your husband walks out on you and never turns back, it's like, oh, you're just gonna go, just gonna go have kids with somebody else now. I was like, all right, that's what we're doing. All right, fine, fine. I'm teasing. I'm playing. But yeah, or am I? Get no respect out here, man. You walk out on your wife and care that she decides to go live with somebody else and have more kids by him. Get no respect out here, man. Get no respect. I don't get no happy Father's Day or nothing. Get no respect out here, man. Nah, I'm just messing around. I'm messing around. In his defense, it was a very long line. I was yeah, after me, it's Dan's turn. Oof. Nah, but we have fun out here. We have fun out here. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what's wait, you left out the part there. Okay. Oh yeah, he's in Iraq. And it's not even called Monkey no more. Like he used to be called Monkey. Now he calls himself oh damn. But he's an artist and he likes guns. Oh, actually, Seb, yeah, you like guns, right? I think that's the thing. You're into guns. I remember you saying you're into guns. So yeah, there's a dude that comes to the chats from time to time. He's also into guns, AKs more specifically. So yeah, and Braxton, Braxton, you still in the chat? He's into guns too. we got a few gun fans in the chat. Somehow, for some reason, I attract gun fans. Gun fans. Yeah, so I think I said that right. Gun fans. Is that right? Gun fans of guns. You own one, raw? What, a real one? Oh, you got the license, and that if it's real, yeah. Or maybe, especially don't say if it's real or not. don't incriminate yourself on the internet. because of his abandonment issues. He plays with the AKs, the AK-47s, where you absolutely positively kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes. Put them back in Poland and keep them in the house. Oh, okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. So we're good here. All legal. All license, nice in Poland. Can't bring them here. Yeah, but there might be some issues. Might be some issues trying to get it on the on British Airways. Anything to declare, sir? It might be a problem. Going for the melt detector. Well, I can't have an AK in my carry-on. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna get my license done in the UK too. Yeah, apparently the license in the UK is quite hard to get. Like, I mean, you might, in fact, you probably would know. I'm sure more about this than I do. But one time, like years back, I was looking into like gun licenses in the UK, and it's to do like where you live as well. Like if you live in a city, it's like just no. But yeah, if you live like a countryside or something, or places where there aren't that many people, you may be able to get one. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's changed since then. But yeah, ain't easy to get a gun license, I believe. Feasible due to the area, so say, oh, okay, yeah. Scared. I never seen a gun in real life, and you guys out here having one in your bag. Glad for the constitutional carry. Jealous. Yeah, they got the open carry laws in some states. The last time he was talking about following the family footsteps and being a terrorist. Following you for that mill back. If only he could have been. He could have been. He could have been working in IKEA instead of Al Qaeda. That's the difference. That's the difference between bringing the mill back. Oh man, I never underestimated the power of milk. Indeed, hey, milk's good for you, man. Milk's good for you. High in protein and calcium. Mm. Yeah. But yeah, he's a good kid. He does some arts. He does like digital arts and stuff like that while playing with guns. And he has goats. Is it goats or chicks? I can't remember. But he got some like farm animals. So he's a good kid. He does okay. He hasn't all the good in him is because of me, of course. Nah, but he's cool. He's cool. I'm gonna have an arsenal in my apartment and house. Like I said, I get my protein for an unhealthy amount of shakes nowadays. Oof, and bland steak. Well, like protein shakes. Oof. I used to do protein shakes back in the day, actually, but nah. The thing about protein shakes I find is that I mean, I think if you're trying to work out to build muscle, they can be useful for that, because you could get a lot of protein and still maintain a lower calorie intake. Um, so they're kind of good for if you're trying to build muscle and stay lean. Um, but other than that, like, oh man, I don't. I mean, even then, it's a lot because like protein shakes, in my opinion, I don't think I've ever come across a nice tasting protein shake. Like, and granted, it's been a long time since I've had a protein shake, so perhaps different now or whatever. Maybe there's better ones now. But back when I was trying them, it was like Maxi Muscle. and they had like the strawberry flavor maxi muscle, and I'll get it, I'll drink it, but I did not like the taste of it at all. Like I'll drink it just because it's like, yeah, I'm trying to build muscle. That's how I was back then. This is like when I was, I don't know, 20 something, I think. So like, yeah, muscle, muscle, muscle. But yeah, I did not like the taste of that at all. I've never come across a nice tasting um uh uh uh, uh a nice tasting protein shake like that. The only way I managed to get it to taste nice is when I added ice cream to it. Like I would add ice cream and milk to the protein shake. And at that point, it's kind of like, yeah, you're defeating the purpose, really, aren't you? You're not. You're kind of just defeating the purpose by adding like 2 scoops of ice cream to your protein shakes. I can get it to taste nice. Like add some ice cream, 2 scoops of cream, and a little bit of milk. Put it in there. It's like, yeah, now we good. Now we good. But I don't know. Maybe there's better protein shakes now. Huel, I don't like. Huel, I've tried Huel actually. Huel just tastes weird to me. Like it's something about it that just tastes weird. You know, it feels like you. It's not even disgusting, but it's just weird. Like it actually just tastes weird. You know, so like, but yeah, Huel's popular. A lot of people like Huel. I don't. I don't. Yeah, I wish I could do that. The rifle, I live all in it. Even illegal in the UK due to caliber restrictions. Or was it that? Was it high caliber? Yeah, because you pissed off. Yeah, I started powerlifting over the last 4 years. Oh, nice. Powerlifting, raw. Maybe just like weight training. Man's doing powerlifting. So you got to be pretty big by now then for 4 years. I'm guessing. Like if you've been doing it for 4 years, you gotta have to. I'm guessing you got quite a like because there's a lot of upper body strength. I mean, don't ignore your legs, of course. Like, I mean, you know this. I'm sure you've been doing it for 4 years. I'm sure you know this. There's a lot of upper body strength in powerlifting, but you can't ignore your legs. You can't ignore your legs. You still need a good foundation, but you know that, I'm sure. End up looking like Johnny Bravo if you just concentrate too much on your upper body. I'm not wrong. Milk has a lot of proteins too, so it's better to just drink a lot of milk instead of protein shakes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on what your goals are. Really, it comes down to it. Like, if your goals are more fitness based, protein shakes are probably not going to be that useful to you. Um, I mean, not that they're completely useless, but they're probably not as useful if your goals are more fitness based, because then it's just down to understanding your diet better and making sure you're eating more of the right types of foods for your fitness that you're trying to achieve, and you know things like that. So you can find foods that are naturally high in protein and relatively low calorie, and you can kind of stick to create a diet that suits your fitness goals. And then protein shakes can still fit in there, but it may be not as useful at that point. But if your goals are more kind of muscle based, then you got to consider things like, yeah, you can get a lot of protein from milk, but you also get quite a bit of fat as well. And milk, especially like semi-skim milk or full fat milk, not super high in super high calorie, but it adds up. It adds up. And if you're trying to just like, if you're just bulking and none of that matters, right? If you're just bulking, none of that matters. But if you're trying to build muscle and stay lean, then you got to consider that you want to have a high protein intake, but still keep your caloric intake low, right? So that you're still within a caloric deficit. That's how you build lean muscle. And that's a longer way to do it, right? But it just means that you're not, putting on like fat and things like that. So like if you're bulking, don't even worry about it, eat whatever. But if you're trying to build lean muscle, then yeah, you got to look at keeping your proteins high, but your calories low. And that's where protein shakes are really useful, because you can have a high protein, like 25 30 grams of protein in one shake, and the calories are like 10 or something like that, or whatever, and they're low calorie. So you could have a high amount of protein, but keep the calories low, and that's good for just building lean muscle. But a longer, harder way of doing it, and depending on who you are, could even be a lot more mentally straining doing it that way as well. So what you tend to find is a lot of people do what's called bulking, where they're just like do weights, eat whatever, eat whatever, eat whatever, and then cut down like by going on their a low calorie diet to have the muscles show more, because it's a bit quicker and it's just a bit more you're not restricting yourself as much when it comes to food, doing it that way. The issue with bulking, by the way, that is that if you are already a larger person, like if you're already got some fat on you already, it's a horrible idea to start bulking, because if your body fat percentage is quite high, bulking is just going to add more to that, and then you put yourself into a dangerous level of body fat, if you're doing it that way. So if you're quite big, yeah, don't bulk. Just stick to lean stuff. It is what it is. If you're relatively small or quite slim, then you can do the bulking method, or you could do the lean method. But yeah, just know that one's going to take a lot longer and be a lot more mentally draining, and the other is going to make you fat before you start to look, muscular. So there's no easy choices either way. I'm no expert, by the way. I just watch videos on YouTube about these things. I try to be healthy myself. For form expression. That's what I said. Prove this and all. Man's got man's trying to start an army out there, I'm looking jealous constitution aerial. Dangerous where I live. I'd like a way to be able to protect myself. Gotta protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Never skip leg day, indeed. If you skip leg day, you can't skip. I'd have a drink. A lot of milk to replace my shakes. No, for real. And yeah, that's what you add in. So that's what I mean. Like you can get the protein from milk or lots of different sources, but yeah, the amount of milk you have to drink to get the same level of protein and the amount of fat and calories and everything else that you got to put in with that, bruh. Bruh. But you should drink milk still, of course. And milk's still a good healthy drink to have, but yeah, maybe not in that much quantity. I'm trying to gain weight, and was recommended to just chug milk and not protein shakes. Were you trying to just gain weight in terms of like just weight or specific type of weight? Because if you're just trying to gain weight, then you can eat anything. just eat anything. If you just need to gain weight, eat anything. Literally, just eat. Drink milk, eat burgers, just eat. I'll put on weight real quick. Eat lots of food and exercise very little, and you put on a lot of weight. It might not necessarily be a good, healthy weight, but you can put on a lot of weight doing that. Oh, good. Milk is definitely good to have in a diet. Anyhow, hopefully you hit your body goals indeed. Yeah, it's called dark. I'm saying, something stack up on them lickies and glad from the south, and they pass constitution area in the state. One day, hopefully, just eat body fat. Eat body fat, yeah, just eat, man. Just eat. But yeah, no, actually, I mean, I guess that's something new since the last time Seb and I spoke. Is that yeah, I do pay attention to my health a bit more nowadays, especially like I guess I've always, in some way, shape, or form, paid attention to my health and fitness. But I think in the last maybe year-ish, I've been maybe a bit more focused and a bit more serious. I guess a bit more serious about my health and fitness and stuff like that. Just because, I mean, not just because, but mainly because I ain't no young man no more. I gotta accept that I ain't no young man no more. I ain't got that young man metabolism no more. So yeah, you really gotta start watching what you eat. And I still like to eat food. I don't like denying myself anything, right? I don't like to deny myself no cakes. I don't like to deny myself no burgers. I don't like to but at the same time, you got to be reasonable about these things, right? You can't just be yamming up everything you see because it has effects on you. Has effects. It all takes its toll. And I knew I was headed in that direction if I didn't make any changes. I wasn't like dangerously or not like that. Never got to that point, but certainly I would have been headed in that direction if I didn't make any changes. I was like, I can't keep doing this. It's clearly going in an unhealthy direction. So yeah, let me just be a bit more mindful about what I eat, when I eat, how much I eat. That way I can still enjoy food and still enjoy the things I like to eat and still things I like to have, but just be more reasonable about it and that kind of thing. So yeah, you are very old, man. I get no respect. I am old, so I can't lie. I can't lie. I saw this video actually today. I was talking about Gen Zs looking old. Gen Zs are people who are um I guess about 20-ish now, so born between 1997 and 2012. So they were talking about like the mid Gen Z, so the 20 to 30 year olds of Gen Zs, or 20 to 28 year olds. How does it work out? 28, 25, 26, 20. Yeah, anyway, they're talking about people who are aged about 20 to 26 now, who are that age now, and apparently they look older than they are. And they'll talk about some of the reasons as to why they look older than they are. And it was kind of an interesting video, actually. It's kind of an interesting video, but then at the same time, it's kind of like, I mean, a lot of people go through stress, hard times and insecurities and, you know, body image issues and, all these sorts of things like that. And I don't want to say it's like it's worse for them or it's worse for us or blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't know. A lot of the stuff they were talking about were things like, all generations have been through sort of similar things like that. So I don't know if that's the reason why people be looking older than they are, but maybe. Maybe. I'm a Gen Z. Do you think you look older than you are, Seb? Because you be, I guess, about 21-ish now, 21, 22. So do you think you look older than you are? You know, would you do you mirror and think, "Damn, why do I look so old?" Or do you think, you know what, I'm actually looking pretty much how I'm supposed to look at this age? Okay, so get in enough and burn fat like crazy, or your metabolism must be high then. Got that young man metabolism. Or young women, I guess. I don't want to. I shouldn't assume. My bad. Sorry. Young person metabolism. You got that young person metabolism. But I used to have that. I used to have that. Used to eat kebabs like crazy, and it just didn't even matter. Used to just like yam burgers and all that, and it just didn't even matter. Chips, whatever, didn't even matter. Crisps, chocolate, cakes, just yam it all up, didn't even matter. Had that young man metabolism back in the day. Ain't got that no more, man. Not no more, man. Can't do that no more. But hey, I had my fun. I had my fun. You got a Zempic. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Eat what you want and go on a crash course. I see that Zempic stuff. That's mad. Like people taking this drug, or actually, I'm not sure if it's a drug exactly, but it's like some injection thing, and it's just like a weight loss thing, and people just be losing mad weight in such a short amount of time, and they say what they look like afterwards, and you're like, bro, you look sick, bro. Like actually, you look ill. See then people on a Zempic, you see them afterwards, like, bro, you actually look ill. Like you look like you're not too far away from dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like you look like you might need to see a doctor. I don't know about that, but bro, some people be trying them things. I was blessed with good genes. Folks, them genes already because of how I eat, being physically active. Yeah, I mean, you gotta stay healthy, man. Well, you don't got to, but it helps. Yeah, I'm married. I don't care. Sorry, I'm married. I don't have to respect you. Fair enough. I should have read the small print. I tried to divorce them, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. I did try to divorce her, but should have read the small print. Should have read the small print. Stuck like this now. sadly did not do well on the genetic lottery, but we grind for it. You know what though? I feel like people who were born with I don't want to say good genetics, but let's say the desirable genetics, right? Where the people who like when they were in school, they had 6 packs and they had like the muscles and things like that. Like people who just were naturally kind of like that when they were in school, or like the people, or like or in the ladies' case, like the girls who were like just kind of naturally fit and good looking and stuff like that. I'm not sure they're the lucky ones, because I kind of I think in society we kind of think, oh yeah, they're the lucky ones because people want to be like them and they have everything handed to them and they get things easier because they're good looking or people like them and they're popular, blah blah blah. But I'm not sure they are. I'm not sure they are because like there's a saying that goes, hard work beats um hard work beats natural ability when natural ability hardly works, right? So people who are kind of like naturally whatever, I feel like a lot of times, and not every single time, I know not every single time, but I feel like a lot of times they kind of go through life, and especially like in school where all the boys like them, so they don't really have to try so much, or all the girls like them, so they don't really have to try so much, and they kind of get out of that where they do start to get older, and they do start to like the metabolism not doing what used to be, or things start to sag in places, and maybe maybe people don't pay as much attention to them as they used to, and because they're not used to that, they never really learned to kind of deal with that. Like they struggle, you know, they struggle, you know. And like you ever see like somebody who was like, real good looking back in school. I mean, maybe some of you guys, 'cause some of you guys are young actually, so you won't even have this experience. But for those of you who are over 30, let's say, or over 25, actually, yeah, but let's say over 25, I think, or maybe, yeah, let's say over 25. Um, Have you ever like had this experience where you met somebody back in school that were really good looking or all that kind of stuff, and then like years later you see them again, and you're like, damn, what happened to you? Do you know what I mean? Like, what happened to you? You don't say it because you don't want to be rude in that, but you kind of think, look at them like, damn, what happened to you? You know what I mean? Like, damn, homie. In high school, you used to be the man, homie. Like, what happened to you? Like when you grew up having to work for certain things, I feel like you have an appreciation for things that other people don't have when they never had to work for it. And we all had things handed to us in some way or form, in some shape or another. So I'm not saying like it's just that one thing that can. Of course, there's lots of different ways we've had things easier than other people, and people had things easier than us. But I feel like when you're working for things, or when you haven't had things handed come to you as easily, you definitely have more of appreciation for it when it's there, or when it's not around, and what you have to do. Whereas people who've kind of not had to go through that, they get out of school and it's like, bruh, now you actually have to work. You know what I mean? Now you actually have to take care of yourself. Now you actually have to, get a job or whatever. And then these people struggle. They just don't, it's just not as a concept. It doesn't fully, because they know they have to do it, but it's like, it's not concept fully clicks with them because their whole kind of formative years never really informed them of that as a possibility. I'm proud of the fact that people are shocked when people think I'm a lot younger than I am. I actually am. Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing, isn't it? When people see you and they think you're younger, and it's like, mm, mm, appreciate that. Woman here, but thank you for noticing. Cool, awesome. Now I know. Now I know. Young woman metabolism. You come down here to the south, and I was actually crave more of that own cooked traditional foods. You'll pick up weight for real. I've heard people say things like that about when they go to America and they eat food, and they just like feel like they need to keep eating. Like, so you've got drugs in your food. It's like you put bare chemicals in your food. It just makes you keep eating it. I believe I'm 10 or 12 years younger than well I look. I gotta love the good old six pack. Oof, indeed. Well, I say indeed. I ain't got no six pack. 10 or 12 years younger than you look, though. All right. Hmm. I'm still trying to guess Braxton's age, by the way. You won't say. You won't say, but I have my thoughts. I believe in divorce, and you're stuck with me till I put you in a home. Oof. I'm saying, I should have read the small print. Guys, get that prenup. Make her sign a prenup. That's my advice to anybody wanting to get married one day. Make sign a prenup. If you ain't no punk, hello, we want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah, it's something that you need to have. Cause when she leave your ass, she gonna leave with have. Listen, Kanye warned us. Kanye might be a crazy mofo, but he always been fan. The problem is he got zero energy to do anything. Oof. And then when I accidentally bump into things, it hurts like, oh yeah. And I guess things like when it's cold, like during winter time, I'm guessing you feel it quite a bit more as well. You know, I actually noticed that myself when because when I'm saying with my health and fitness and stuff, and ended up dropping some weight. And I noticed when I drop weight, yeah, like during the winter, you'd feel it more. you feel it more. So yeah, I'm guessing you get that as well. He's super old and not long now. Oh, yeah, I'm a lot younger than I'm a lot older than I look. You know, I look like I'm 45. I'm actually 297. People don't believe when I say that. I'm actually 297. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm actually over 10,000 years old. So that is the truth. I'm over 10,000 years old. Like, I'm not sure when exactly I was born. I'm not sure the exact year, but it's more than 10,000 years ago. Good looks or attractiveness always being hella ugly. So I'm thinking to the conclusion good looks wasn't meant for me. Clues kept coming from everywhere. You know, I feel like when it comes to good looks and attractiveness and things like that, like a lot of it, like you grow into as well. Like people, if it has like people say like you get good looking as you get older. Like I don't know if that's strictly speaking true, but I do think you generally get more comfortable with the way you look as you get older, and with that comfortability comes a confidence, and confidence is good looking. You know what I mean? Like confidence would a confident person would always look better than a non-confident person. Always, like it don't matter what your facial features or blah blah blah, this, that, and whatever. But if you have like a genuine confidence, not an arrogance, by the way, not let's do different things. But if you have a genuine confidence about you, then yeah, you'd always be good looking than a person who doesn't, even if they have the more say traditional, good looking face. Like if they're not confident, if they're insecure and you have a genuine confidence. I mean, think about this. Yeah, how many times you see like this is one of the things like social media is bollocks because like social media and TV and movies and whatever would have you thinking that you gotta like, especially like for women, it's like, oh, you gotta be like supermodel and this like the supermodel good looking, and you have to have your hair like this, and you gotta have your legs this and your boobs like this and blah blah blah. You gotta have all that, yeah, for men to find you attractive. But when you look at into the real world, yeah, when you look at into the real world and you look at people who that are like married or been in long-term relationships, like how many of them are fitting that description of that supermodel? Like most of them don't, right? And they're not ugly. I ain't saying they're not ugly. I ain't saying that. Well, they might be. You know what I mean, they're not fitting that supermodel, like hyper, super sexy, pouty, the description. And a lot of those girls that do fit that or are kind of close to that description, they're like alone. You know what I mean? They're like alone. And you just see them on the internet, like complaining about, oh, there's no game, and yet there's like you see all the other women who don't fit that, but they're just nice people, and they're not, like I said, they're not ugly, but they just don't fit that image that gets pushed onto you. And the same with dudes as well. You know, the kind of image that gets pushed on about this good looking guy with the, he's tall and he's got a six pack and he's got muscles and he's, chiseled jaw and this, that, and the other. Like, how many guys like that in real life and they're just single and they have trouble meeting people? But then like the guys who are in relationships and been in relationships for a long time, they just don't, like, a lot of them don't fit that look. Right? They're just regular looking people. You know what I mean? It's regular looking people. And then I'll say they're not ugly, but they're just regular looking people. So yeah, like that's how social media and all this like is nonsense. Like, listen, there's no such thing as good looking. It's just either somebody likes you or somebody doesn't like you. Like the idea that you could be better looking or is actually nonsense. Like it actually doesn't make any sense. You're not better looking than somebody. Somebody isn't better looking than you. It's just you're either going to meet somebody that you've clicked with or you're not. Because a lot of people who you see, I mean, I know a dude who, like, I mean, let me just say, let me just put it this way: the image that you get pushed on about the good-looking man, like the good-looking 6 foot chiseled, like he is literally the opposite of that. He is literally the opposite of that. But this guy well. Well, he keeps busy. Let me just say that. He keeps busy. Not always for in good ways. He's definitely got himself into a lot of trouble because he keeps busy. But I'm just saying he keeps busy. So yeah, like this whole thing about bun that, man, bun that. Bun that. If you like a girl, go talk to her. Don't even worry about it. It's coming live from a retirement home. I just might do that, Exactly. He's like that too, and let's see, still kicking G and a bit, guys. I appreciate coming through. Said big up to you and congratulations again. 2-1, man, got a 2-1. Computer science and that. Listen, next Bill Gates right there. Next Bill Gates right there. You see, you can't see what I'm pointing to. I'm pointing to Sebastian Ebel on the screen. Next Bill Gates right there, man. But big up for coming through. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully see you more often, but if not, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I do appreciate anytime you can make it. So big up to you, man. Take care. And no chemicals that straight up homegrown flesh from the fields, and you already know blank doesn't crack. Yeah, all natural. I'm not saying I'm old, but I still remember my first game back in the day. Well, you never forget your first, right? You never forget your first. Confidence makes people 100. Exactly, you know it. Confidence makes, and that's it, man. And we all struggle with confidence from time to time. Like no matter who you are, like we're all gonna struggle with confidence issues from time to time. And even when, I mean, you could be like the most confident person in the world at times, and the next day you're just like super insecure about certain things, and we go through that. So it's going to change, but like I think when you realize that it's more about just your ability and to be able to just like deep breath, give yourself permission to do something, like give yourself permission to go talk to somebody. Don't wait for nobody else to tell you. Just give yourself permission to go talk to somebody. See what happens. They might like you, they might not like you, but hey, at least you know. Okay, so the confidence came from not caring. Well, that's one way to do it. You know that centuries after the solar eclipse in 2044, it'll be 2044. You'll get to see it again in 2317. Okay, so the next solar eclipse is in 2044, and after that, we've got to wait till 2317. All right. I mean, it's 2024 now, so about 20 years away then. Would we still be here in 20 years? Some of us might be, some of us might not be. I mean, that's the truth. But hopefully we are, and hopefully we're around to see the next eclipse. But 2317, would we still be around then? Ugh, that might be a bit of a stretch. That might be a bit of a stretch. So let's see if we could get to 2044 and see the next eclipse then. And we can do that then. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Those people with them six packs. Damn them all to hell. Well, nah. I actually got close to having a six pack when I started losing weight, and it's crazy because, like I said, I wasn't even trying to lose weight specifically. I was just trying to be healthier, and just as a result of that, I lost weight. But when I was losing weight, I actually got close to having a six pack, and it kind of got into my head a little bit. Like, let me just keep going, let me just keep going. But you know what happened? I got down to about, I want to say about 71 kilograms, 71, 72 kilograms. And I just felt miserable. I actually just felt miserable, and it was a lot to do with like there's a point where you realize you're restricting your diet so much, and I was just miserable. I was like, you know what, this isn't me. I'm not a six pack guy. I'm happy to be in a nice healthy weight range. But as far as getting a six pack goes, oof, no, I'm gonna have to leave that alone. Some people can get it, and good for them, but for me, I'm gonna have to leave that alone because, bro, me trying to get a six pack, yeah, I was just miserable. I was just miserable. So yeah, I'm not the beauty standard. Oh wait, so I missed something real quick. Did I miss something? Okay, to already be good looking and to grow into having good looks and some on lacking someone just ugly as hell. Dimensions, I ended up being in one of them. But that's what I mean. I don't think that's true that ugly people can look at me. Yeah, it's definitely a idea and a standard that, or beauty standard rather, that's kind of pushed on through society. But it's ultimately a concept that people buy into. Like if you decide to ignore that and be like, wait a minute, why are you letting somebody else tell you that you're ugly? Like, think about it. Like, who told you that you're ugly? I mean, do you look yourself in the mirror and be, oh, I'm ugly? No, like somebody told you that. Somebody else said, this is what good looking is, and you're not that, and therefore you're ugly. And you've kind of bought into this idea. And we've all done it at some point in our lives, I'm sure. We've all done it at some point in our lives. So yeah, you might not fit what is considered a standard of beauty or a standard of good lookingness in a society. But to say you're ugly, no, like I promise you, you can move to another country and you'd fit their beauty standards because beauty standards change from one country to another as well. And when you realize that, like, you realize how small your part of the world is. Like, oh, in this part of the world, people don't think you're good looking because of this, and this. But you go to another part of the world, and people think you're the dog's bollocks. And it's all just like perception of like what people have been told. This is what to look for in a man. This is what to look for in a woman. And a lot of it is like based on these ideas that what we think it brings. Oh, she looks this way, that means she can do this. If he looks that way, that means he can do that. And it's not true. Or at least not in most cases. Like, oh, he's good looking, he's handsome, he's got big muscles, he could protect me. How many people got big muscles don't do nothing? Oh, he's got lots of money, he could be supportive. How many people got loads of money don't do nothing? You know what I mean? Like all people who are good looking, got big muscles, lots of money, and they're abusive. So like a lot of it is just these ideas that we've been told of what to look for because this is what it means. Oh, if he's rich, that means he's this, it means he's that. And we associate all these kind of positive attributes to somebody because they have money or because they have big muscles or because they have a certain facial feature that we associate with positivity. But the reality is these are just features that people are born with, or it's just circumstances that people have either worked to get into or found themselves in or whatever it be. And none of that actually tells you what type of character they are. It's just that we associate character traits to particular features, and it actually doesn't really make any sense. And then we've done this for a long time. Like human history has done it for a long time. But you go back far enough, and it was like if you were fat, you were considered desirable because if you were fat, it meant that you ate a lot, and if you ate a lot, it means you had lots of money. So people look for you if you were a larger person, and that's kind of shifted over the years. So like, oh, you want the muscles, and you want this, and you want that. But a lot of it is just concepts that are created by other people that are being kind of pushed out onto the society that everybody's bought into. And then when you realize that, you realize, wait a minute, why am I letting somebody else that doesn't know me tell me about myself? You know what I mean? It doesn't actually make any sense. So like, yeah, we might not fit a particular idea what somebody else thinks is beautiful or good looking or whatever. And that's fine. You don't have to. It doesn't mean that you're ugly. It just means you don't fit what somebody else thinks is good looking. But so what? You're not trying to date them anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know them anyways. Like, why would you care? You know, like if you start looking yourself as ugly and deciding that, oh, I'm ugly. If you start saying that to yourself, you remember words have power. And what you tell yourself matters. You know, what you tell yourself every day matters. So like when you realize that, you know, like a lot of what we internalize is from other people and other people that probably not even around anymore. That it's like, wait a minute, why am I letting people that I don't know, that weren't even around at the time that I live, who don't know me, don't know what I've been through, don't know what I'm going through, don't know what I'm trying to do, don't know myself, don't know nothing about me. You're gonna let that tell you and inform you about who you are? Nah, come on now. Come on now. Don't make no sense at all. What have been saying about I know some quirky personality with that. I got a husband. Yeah, husband that walked away from you, by the way. Just let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Next one is 293. Yeah. So what up, Frozen G? Frozen G in a place to be. I'm off to bed. Night, everyone. Sleep well. Everyone, whenever you go to sleep. Was nice meeting you. Well, I appreciate coming through. Iselen Waji Oventne, all the way from Norway. Yeah, well, I do live stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. GMT. So if you can make that, hopefully you can. But other than that, man, maybe check out one of the videos, which I post every so whenever I feel like. Pretty random here. But yeah, appreciate coming through. And yeah, hopefully see you again. Interesting. I felt better with a low body fat percentage. 18 is in the eye of the beholder, or indeed. Yeah, I felt like, I mean, I put my body fat percentage, and to be honest, I think the machine that I used to measure my body fat percentage is probably not that accurate, in all honesty. Like it's a one of those weigh scales that measures your body fat, but it does it through like, I don't know, electro or whatever. So it's not super accurate. I know that. That being said, the lowest my body fat percentage has been is, I think, around, I would say about 18. About 18%. And it wasn't so much the body fat percentage that I think was the issue. It was more so, I mean, I guess that was a part of it, to be fair, but I think it was more so the fact that, because you can have a low body fat percentage and still be quite big. Like, you know, sumo wrestlers, for example, can have like a low body fat percentage, but still be quite big, right? Still be quite, you know, relatively heavy. So I don't think it was so much a body fat percentage. I think it was just more that, I mean, maybe it was the way I was doing it, because if I was eating maybe more foods that I liked, or more foods that I find enjoyable, and I was still able to, I might have been different. But I think because the way I was doing it was maybe more restrictive in terms of like, okay, I'm not eating this, I'm not eating that, and I'm not eating for a while, and blah blah blah, to try and get this down so I can get my six pack showing more. And perhaps it was the way I was doing it. But I just know that when I got down to about 71 kilograms, 71, 72 kilograms, I just felt miserable. I just felt miserable. But I don't know if it was a body fat percentage specifically. I feel like it was just more, yeah, maybe the way I did it. But I don't know if I want to try that again to to confirm that theory. But my body fat percentage at the last measurement was 25, which is actually quite high. So I think, well, I don't even think, well, I know I've put on a bit of weight since I was in Saudi. I was in Saudi Arabia for 3 weeks, and I was just eating. Man was just eating. So yeah, I put on some weight in Saudi. So yeah, the last time I weighed myself, which was this morning, I was looking at that. It was like, oh hey, yeah, I've put on a bit. It's so good. It's so good. Mostly 70s, but right. It's surgery. I was watching the video about a man who was missing a jaw, but he still got a woman, and she ain't even ugly. Yeah, he used to device to communicate. True talk, Ace. Wow. I saw this, speaking of things like that, I saw this documentary a while ago about this guy, I think it was in Mexico, where he has the condition that causes him to be really, really hairy, like his whole face, like literally his whole face is covered in hair. And he does like, they call him the Wolf Man or something, like he does like these sort of circus kind of appearances as the Wolfman. And then so this guy just literally just covered in hair, his whole body just hair everywhere, hairy, right? And then it was like, and they showed his family, and the dude was like married with kids, and I'm like, listen, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but if that guy can get someone to marry him, don't tell me there's such thing as ugly. You know what I mean? You can't tell me there's such a thing as being too ugly. When literally this hairy faced dude was like, "Yeah, man's married, got kids," and he's like, "All right, bruh, don't tell me you're too ugly. I don't buy that. I don't buy that." And he sees one in the gym now. At some point, it stops working. Still waiting for them to fix it. I should say the lowest 45% according to the scale. Oh, I shouldn't say the lowest, but was it what super low? But yeah, I mean those scales. I mean they have varying levels of accuracy. All the one I have that I use here in my house is probably not that accurate when it comes. I mean the weight is fine, I'm sure, but the body fat percentage stuff, I'm sure, is not super accurate, which is fine. It doesn't really need to be. It doesn't need to be that accurate as long as it's kind of moving in the generally good direction of not going too high up or whatever and that kind of thing. Then it's fine if it's not super accurate. But the most accurate ways of measuring your body fat is using a I forget what the machine is called, but there's this machine you can get, or not even get, but you can go to places and book an appointment where they measure your body fat along with a whole bunch of other stuff. It's got a Dex scanner thing. It's called a Dex machine, something like that. But yeah, it's like £100 to get yourself in one of those things. Like you pay £100 and they measure all kinds of stuff, including your body fat. And it's supposedly the most accurate way to measure your body fat. At least that's what I'm seeing on YouTube about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to spend £100 on my body. I'm good. I'm good with this inaccurate weight scale that I've got. I'm good with that. It's fine. It's fine. At least when it's inaccurate, you can be like, well, if it's high, it's probably lying. And then when it's low, you're like, yeah, that's when it's being truth. As your beard grow, does it just remain the same? It grows, but I cut it down. I tend to shave it down every few weeks just to keep it at the same level. Ideally a bit neater. So it gets, if I let it grow out, the sides will stay pretty much the same, maybe a little bit more out. The sides might be a little bit more out. Down here, the longest I think it's gotten to is about maybe about there or so. I've let it grow to get to about there. But I mean, that was a while ago. I've done. I don't know. I don't know if it will still grow that long now. If I was to let it grow, I don't know. I mean, that was back in that's back in my youth, my peak beard growing days. But these days, I tend to just keep it low anyway. I like the kind of neater beard look, so I generally don't let it grow out too far. Like every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll just like get a razor and take down the edges. I mean, yeah, not so much trim like scissors, but with clippers, just be like, you put like the thing on the clippers and you just go down, so you're not taking it all off. It's pretty impressive. Measures weight, bone density, water weight, muscle mass, and obviously tells you your weight. How accurate it is, I can't say. I was at the one in the gym. Yeah, the gym that I used to go to had a machine, maybe similar to the one that you're talking about, actually, where you stand on it and you hold onto these bars, and yeah, it measures like your height, your weight, tells you your BMI, your body fat. I don't think it tells you your water weight though, but it did had some other stuff in there. Um, Again, like how accurate is maybe not. I don't think the height was too accurate though, because I remember I went on that thing once and it was telling me that I was like 6'3" or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm not 6'3". Come on. And then my little brother went on it and was telling me that it was like 5 foot something, and he's actually taller than me. Well, we're about the same height, but I think he's maybe a tiny bit taller, or I might be a tiny bit taller. I don't know. It's hard to tell actually. But we're not far off the same height. So when it's telling me that I'm 6'3" and telling him that he's like 5 foot something, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that the height measure is working too well. I don't think it's I don't think this is one. Yeah, my scale tells me my weight. Yeah, yeah. You get like weighing scales for like they cost like 30 quid or so, like 30, 50, 40 quid, 50 quid maybe. Um, and I mean the one I got I think was 30 something when I bought it. I bought it years ago. I can't remember anymore, but I think it was like 30 something pound when I bought it. And it's pretty cool, because it tells you like your BMI, tells you your what else does it tell? It tells you your basal metabolic rate, your BMR as well, tells you that. And it tells you your blood something or other. So it gives you quite a lot of information. And how accurate it is, who knows? But yeah, it gives you quite a lot of information when you step on it. Yeah, and your body fat as well. And then you can hook up. It's got Bluetooth on it, so you can hook up to your phone, and it sends all the information to your phone, so you can be like, track my data, which is pretty cool. But yeah, my BMR is 17 something, 1700, like 1790 something. I want to say I can't remember exact numbers. 1700 and something, which is I guess that's about normal for my age. But yeah, it's a good thing to know what your BMR is because that can help you decide how much you actually need to be eating in a day. Um, and yeah, like I say, when you're young, you got that young man metabolism. You don't even worry about it. When you get old, you have to start looking at things like that. You know what? Maybe I've been eating a bit too much. Maybe I've been consuming a little bit too much, just a bit too much. Maybe I need to slow down a bit. So I'm eating a bit too much, and it's not a good way to go. But yeah, knowing your BMR is a thing to know. It's not the all important. It's not the only thing to know, and it's certainly not the one thing to focus on. But it's a good thing to know because it can help you guide your food decisions. Well, and my BMR, so kudos on knowing yours. You can actually work it out. Like, there's a site you can find like websites that can work it out. I mean, it won't be super accurate for you specifically, but what it would do, it gives you like a basic idea of what your BMR likely is because you enter like your age and your weight and stuff like that, and then it'd be like your BMR is blah blah blah, and might not be exactly what your BMR is, but probably be within a kind of range of that, But yeah, you can find it out through, or potentially find it out through like it's going online and stuff like that, or yeah, by a weighing scale that does it for you. But yeah, your BMR, because I think we're roughly about the same age, and I think we're about the same height actually. I think we're about the same height. I think remember I'm trying to remember if you mentioned your height before. Maybe you have, but I think we're about the same height, or not much different anyway. So yeah, I'm guessing our BMR is probably relatively similar. Sounds like a nice guesstimation indeed. 6 foot. Yeah, we're about the same height. Yeah, about the same height. So yeah, we probably got a BMI that's quite the same as well. It's about 1700 and something, or maybe 1800, around about there ish. But the thing about BMI, by the way, and this is why it's good to know, it's also, like I say, not the thing to focus too much on, because your BMR is basically how many calories your body naturally burns in a day, without like any exercise or anything like that. Just what your body uses to keep you alive. The amount of energy your body uses to keep you alive over the course of a day is what your BMR is. But you have to remember that even though you're not necessarily exercising, you are still going to be moving around and doing various tasks and going here and doing that. So even if you're not going for a jog or doing weights or blah 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 or this that, and you're not necessarily exercising like doing anything like that, you're still doing things, and everything you do is going to use up some level of energy. So your BMR might be like say 1800. But then just doing your normal regular tasks is going to add another like 200 to 300 calories throughout the day as well. So when it comes to trying to figure out how much you need to be eating throughout the day, you have to take into consideration that fact as well. That it's not just your BMR, it's your normal activities on top of that. And then of course, if you are exercising, then you've got to consider that as well. So yeah, it's a good starting point to know, especially when it comes to trying to figure out how much you should be eating in a day. But yeah, not the thing to focus on, because if you only ate what your BMR is in terms of calories, then I mean, you might be okay for a while, but then maybe after a while longer, it might get a bit tough. It might get a little bit tough. 8% body fat. Damn. Well, that is low. That's like Bruce Lee territory, man. 8% body fat. Damn. Never underestimate the power of movement. Oh, indeed. Indeed, indeed, you do. That is true. And a good nap. never underestimate the power of a good nap. And speaking of naps, it is 10 p.m. Just gone 10 p.m. where I is. So this is a good time to start wrapping up, because I need to take my ass to bed so I can wake up early, at least try to wake up early. Tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna start winding down. Appreciate you guys coming through, getting to Bruce Lee territory. Bruce Lee had a pretty low body fat. I'm sure was it lower than 8% though? Let me see if I can find that real quick before we end today. What was Bruce Lee's body fat percentage? 4%. Damn. Bruce Lee had a 4%, mate. Well, some people say it might be as low as 2%. Damn. Well, I see some people saying 6 to 8%. I guess it depends on what time they measured it. I guess it depends on what time they measured it. But either way, it was low. It was maybe as much as 8%, right? And potentially as low as 2% at some other times. But yeah, either way, that dude had a ridiculously low body fat percentage. So yeah, you're at least you're either in the Bruce Lee territory or you're at least near in the Bruce Lee territory. So yeah. Just as I come back, well, serves you right for going away. Nah, I'm only playing. But yeah, man's gonna go to bed. Man's gonna get some sleep. Man's gonna get up and do some driving and trying to earn some money. And near the end, well, very low at the end, very, very low at the end. You know what I'm saying? Oof. But guys, you have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping it lively. I'll try and post it. Well, let me not lie too much. I might post a video during the week. I might post a video during the week. And if I do, hope you can check it out. But other than that, yeah, hopefully be back next week, God willing. And yeah, 8 p.m. GMT. And until then, until whenever, if ever, peace.